let's just jump in, and I'm gonna hide all of those layers that I'm not gonna need here, and let's start getting ready the mesh. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do here, I'm going to of course I'm going to tighten up the edges a little bit just to have enough to hold the edges, so it's not going to be too deformed. That's what I do. So let me Control D to add some subdivisions. Then I'm going to geometry. I'm going to delete the lower version, the lower resolution that I have. I'm going to activate Sculpting. One of the good things about this is that you can erase. Okay, let me just delete that. All right, let me start with this one here just for a second. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let's say that I have, let me add some resolution here. Okay, I'll go back to that. Let's say that I have this line, right? I have this line, but I really don't like the line. I want to erase it. And just can do this. Just smooth the surface, and it's actually, you see that what's happening? And if you go and you just change the size of the brush, you see how it's erasing all trace of the wireframe you would have there. You can go deeper and start just, creating more changes on top of that. It's a good thing that you can have those changes real quick without having to do any other measure, extreme measures to erase that thing. That trace of whatever you have there. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that it's very, very useful to go back and fix something like an edge or whatever. Also, you have to be careful because you can erase something by accident just with using the smooth brush. It's going to add more subdivisions. So if I smooth here, you see what happening? So basically it actually added smooth the surface and at the same time erase something that was there before. Right, let me just some nice subdivisions here. Some nice deformation, and let me add some lines here. Something like that. Something like that. And I'm gonna add some small cuts. Something like that. And I'm using the lazy mouse. You can deactivate that if you like. Sometimes it's very useful. See that if I have the lazy mouse models or whatever. Let me add some more deformation right there. I don't want to go to into small details. I'm just going to add some general deformation, just not too perfect. Something like that. Right, so let's move on to the next one. This one here, we're probably gonna fix something on the edges. Let's go to solo, I'm gonna do the same process. So we're just going to tighten up the edges just a little bit. Here, I'm not gonna add one more there. Just actually, yeah, 2 is fine. Delete lower and start sculpting. Just smooth the surface so we add more resolution for the sculptures, so we have enough to make some nice details. Something like that. I like to deform the edges, not to make it too smooth or too sharp. Alright, and let me adjust some lines here. Alright, just cleaning the surface to add some subdivision. I'm gonna use this brush to add a big one right there. Some deformation on the edges of those lines. Something like that, and then we're just going to add another kind of following. Alright, and All right, something like this. And let's move on. So let's go solo. Select this, the other one. It's kind of like, let's go. A lot of this is just repetition. Once you do it once, just repeat the process and just get used to the workflow, and it gets easier for someone who's just starting. I'm probably gonna tie this up, those edges. I like to get some deformation that shares like two different models, like something hit it in that spot and actually affected those two, like here for example. Something like this. Just changing one model to the other, so it makes sense, kind of, right? And let me just tie it up a little bit here. Same here. There you go. And let's add some lines. I don't have any subdivision that looks kind of weird. Just let's add the subdivisions and let's do it again. Remember that whatever is not going to be seen, it doesn't matter. Go for the last one here and do the same process. Yeah, one more right there. ORB, just to have it off resolution, maybe. So I'm gonna do one here that, oh, this one actually has zoom. I'm gonna deactivate that, and I'm going to This one's gonna keep going right here. Like that. Something like that. We just start a deformation. There you go. And I think we have it. There you go. We got the first one done, so let's just move on to the next one. Let's see how it looks, everything. There you go. Looking nice. I like it. So now it's going to move to the bottom part. Select this one here. I'm going to hide all of those, and basically we're going to repeat the process. Dun, dun, dun. Go to geometry. There we go. This process can be done in whatever tool, 2D modeling tool you're using. I just did it here because just to show you how to do it here, in case you forgot and you want to solve that situation. Delete lower, going to train dynamic. And add some resolution. Don't worry about that. Those jagged sides, it's not going to be seen at all. You're probably not going to see this side of the barrel, but just in case, I'm gonna have it nicely done. That's a nice cut lines. Don't forget to save. It's good to, to be, in the safe side. Go here. I don't often. I get to do it more often. The saving thing. Go down right there. Move to the next one. I use, on a daily basis, I use Autodesk tools like AutoCAD and 3ds Max. And oh my god, I get so frustrated because sometimes in 3ds Max, when you press Ctrl Z, just Ctrl Z, just undo something, it crashes for nowhere. You get a crash. It's like Wow. So I'm constantly saving. One of the good things from 3ds Max is when it crashes, sometimes give you the chance to save whatever you had, save it in a local, you know, any computer. You go to documents, you see he has some like, it's got a folder with everything. I mean, if you don't have it set up for the project, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't do that very often, but 3ds Max allows you to set up a folder with all like auto back scenes, stuff like that. And auto back is where when you something crashes or save, automatically goes to that folder. It's a folder that the project folder has all that kind of stuff. But in case you don't have it, it's going to be in documents. It allows you, when it crashes, allows you to go there and grab it. Same thing. I didn't have any resolution here. Just gonna randomize. I have set up some shortcuts. Sometimes I just go here and select it, but actually I have a shortcut with that brush. And I just go there and select it just to show you what I'm doing. In case I select the brush and you didn't see anything, you get lost. And I really apologize if I'm going really fast. I just need to tie it up and not spend too much time on something simple, but at the same time requires to do the job, do the work, to put the hours in there. And I know this is just a very simple asset, but you know, every asset has a different, some kind of different approach, maybe. Sometimes just share. Gonna have this one here, some nice large shapes. I'm gonna share with this one here. Gonna do the same process. Oops. Not really, not. There you go. Alt T for the trim brush. Trim dynamic. Go to grab tool. Gonna tie this up. There you go. Trim dynamic again. Can add some deformations. This one here shares the damage with the other one. Just make it even. You probably drop the barrel in somewhere and got that hit right there. Right? Sometimes I get confused some shortcuts from Blender. I'm constantly pressing those keys here. You see, when you see that, it's because I'm thinking of something else, and I press it by mistake. So many tools to have in mind that it's just crazy to, you know, to make it all perfect. Jeez, I'm selecting the outside. If you select here, it's gonna rotate. Has to be in the model. I'm not going all the way to here because you're not gonna see that. That's going to be hidden by the other planks. I think it's called planks. Let's go to the last one and let's do. Do this. Surprise. Gonna move that one. Come right there. And I'm trying to be as simple as possible. Since I'm doing modeling and sculpting something for a tutorial, I like to not to use something that the viewer probably doesn't have it, and it's gonna have a hard time to get to the same result that I have, like atoms or plugins or whatever. So what I'm doing, modeling, I try to be as traditional as possible. At least for hard surface modeling. And I know for the sculpting in Blender, there's a lot of atoms that save you some time. Like for topology, there's a good atom from ZBrush. It's very fast, really quick. But not a lot of people have that atom, so how am I gonna teach you how to do topology with that? And you probably don't have the atom. You're like, oh crap. Now what do I do? So that's what I'm trying to go traditionally, using like, you know, the old ways. All right. Move here. We have those two done, and now the last piece that we're going to be working on are the pins. So we're just going to select this folder. I'm going to hide all of those. I'm going to select this one's here. I'm going to start smashing away. Something like that. I'm gonna add some very distinctive damage. Alright guys, and we got it done. Nice.